to do that turn and hang on coming home.
It's a big deal for some of us. We feel like a 200 is a sprint, but for these guys, a 50 is long distance. As the Country Club at 2:43.31 sets the pace.
Yeah, David was talking about different lengths of races in swimming. So the longest race in the short course pool, if you're watching at home, is the mile, which is 66 lengths, so 66 laps. What's the world record in that, David?
Technically an American record because it's only yards. 14:18 or 14:19. I really should know this considering I was in the building when it was set and I watched the race.
So looking at our young swimmers here doing 2 laps, the mile is
real quick
66.
about that last heat, by the way. Country Club dropped 17 seconds from their entry time. They've been swimming pretty well, and that was Graham Winterfield, who we saw his brother Andrew. We'll see his brother James tomorrow on the end of that relay. Now we got heat 2.
All right. Camera 2.
Bill Hall's in 2. In 3, that's Shyamalan. In 4, the Somerville Y, and in 5 is Crowfield.
Jordy.
Our backstroke swimmers on the relay, on the 9-10 relay, do a turn just like last night with our 11-12s. Viewers at home, you'll notice they roll over and take 1 freestyle stroke. So you're allowed 1 freestyle stroke only, and then you do a freestyle flip turn. The only difference is you push off on your back.
You technically, the goal I think is to push off on your back whatever flip turn you're doing. But, of course you know that, Tara, but not every viewer at home does. But a lot of swimmers will tend to turn over too early. As we see James, who is that? That is the Somerville Y off to a good start.
We got an official's arm up, a disqualification, not sure, maybe it was on that underwater cycle or pull out. That can be tricky for young swimmers to remember the steps. Wind up the backwards arm circle. The swimmer in lane 4 looks like he's going to take a step and wind up.
Not necessarily a bad idea, but for these guys, it's almost better safe than sorry. Just a regular grab start, and that's probably okay.
David, looking at a professional swimmer or swimmer we may see at the Olympics, how much time can they, relay start should be fast. Like how much time can they gain? A half second, a second?
I've seen some pretty incredible relay swims in my life. Those of you who remember Jason Lezak back at the 2008 Olympics beat his best time by 1.5 seconds on a relay. But normally, if you're a really good relay start, 5 to 7/10 of a second probably. As we Somerville Y, but look at Shyamalan. Looks like they might take over the lead here on this freestyle leg. On the way back now, Shyamalan. Time from the previous heat was at 2:43. They'll be faster than that at 2:40.38. So it's Shyamalan followed by the Country Club going into these last 2 heats.
Nice swim, guys. Please feel the pool. Team 3, step in. Get ready to pay.
Heat 3. Lane 1 is Park Shore, 2 is Legend Oaks, in 3 that's Newington, in 4 Dunes West, 5 is Shadow Moss, and in 6 is Ashboro.
200 yards, Medley Relay. Take your mark.
A lot of these younger ones don't do a whole lot of underwater kicks. Anna Cavalon for Dunes West comes up almost halfway down the pool. Anna's mom, Sarah, is the head coach at Dunes West. Looks like Park Shore first to the 25.
last night and this morning we'll do some too. Just talk about differences in the city meet in CCAA Summer League and then year-round or national and international competition. In Summer League, it's more novice. Swimmers are learning things. So on that back stroke turn, you roll over, you're allowed one freestyle stroke, but then if you finish your stroke, you're allowed to glide into the wall. Once you take a step up in your swimming and start to swim at the state, regional, national, or international level, you cannot glide into the wall. You roll over, you pull your arm down, and that is it. You must flip when your hand's by your side.
It's a rule that a lot of people aren't very fond of, the delay initiating turn backstroke rule. In fact, I've had conversations with some people who are pretty high up in the world of USA swimming, being like, it's just kind of a silly rule. It doesn't help you to glide into the wall. So definitely good that these swimmers, and also high school and college swimmers, aren't going to be penalized for that. As Newington looking pretty strong. Also Park Shore at the bottom of the screen in lane 1 is up in the mix. Ashboro actually with the lead at the halfway point. Look at Ashboro at the top of the screen there. And Park Shore now taking over in the bottom in lane 1.
You'll notice some of these swimmers on breaststroke and butterfly, which are the 2 strokes you have to touch with 2 hands. Some of them at the turn are grabbing the wall up high. Others are touching down low. We'll talk more about that later.
Here comes Shadow Moss there in lane 5, challenging Park Shore, who has the lead going into the anchor leg. Real tight among the rest of the swimmers right now. It looks like Shadow Moss in the lead. Coming on there in lane 4 is Dunes West with George Richmond.
Wow, it is evened up here.
Dunes West and Shadow Moss. Legend Oaks coming on. Dunes West. George Richmond will touch the wall first and get the win in this heat at 2:34.05. A very nice swim for the Dunes West team there, dropping about 3 seconds from their entry time. Shadow Moss taking second. Final heat now with a medley relay. In lane 1 is James Island. In lane 2 is Coosaw Creek. 3 is Northbridge. 4 is Snee Farm. 5 is Daniel Island. And in lane 6, that's Hobcaw.
So going back to those 2-hand touches on breaststroke and butterfly at the turn, viewers at home, some swimmers will touch down low. Others will grab up high and kind of use that momentum. As a coach, it's great if they can touch down low, but only if their shoulders are lower than their hips. That way they have the momentum and the body position to pull their body in. If your shoulders are higher than your hips, touching low like that, it's really like playing hot potato.
A lot of different philosophies on that, and there really are different ways you can go. Looks like Coosaw Creek maybe out to a slight early lead. But no teams out of this yet. Up, watch for Hobcaw at the top of your screen.
That's Molly Metler with Hobcaw out in lane 6. Great first leg from Molly Metler of Hobcaw on that backstroke. Lane 2, Coosaw Creek. What a wonderful breaststroke. Feet are going wider than the knees.
It's Coosaw.
Shot! Let's go, Garrett! Let's go, Garrett!
Coosaw with the lead now, followed by Snee Farm and Hobcaw.
Push it, Garrett! Push it, Garrett!
Northbridge may be coming up.
Let's go, Garrett! Let's go, Garrett!
Finn Ruthier going into the water now for Coosaw. Garrett Blankenship for Snee Farm. And Sean Graber, the top seed in the butterfly for Northbridge. As it's those 3 teams a bit out front. Hobcaw now at the top of the screen is in 4th.
Let's go, Lucy! Yeah, Lucy!
Oh my God. These are 3 great young swimmers here. And it's going to be about dead even between the 3 teams in the middle as we get set to go to the freestyle leg. Sean Graber has brought Northbridge back there first, followed closely by Snee Farm and Coosaw. Jake Calvert now for Northbridge trying to bring it home. Sneed Farm trying to make a race of it here. Trying to get into it. Relay, followed by Sneed Farm and Coosaw. Northbridge at 2:23.18. Sneed Farm second at 2:25.28. Followed by Coosaw, Daniel Island, and Hobcaw.
I'll just step. I mean, Jason, this is a I can't see his hair with his cap on. That's the best part. All right, come on, boys. Nice job.
What an exciting group of medley relays. Before we head into individual events, we're going to try and get the Northbridge relay team over here. Before we head into the 7-8 girls freestyle.
You never know. Sometimes I call over second place, third place, the coolest dive. You never know.
And we're joined by the Northbridge medley relay team, Gardner Robbins, Perrin Parker, Sean Graber, and Jake Calvert. Guys, what does this feel like?
Amazing. Yes.
So, Sean, you go in and you have a deficit to make up. You have Sneed Farm and Coosaw. What are you thinking when you're racing those guys?
I think just that I need to catch them, and I pray that I win.
Jake, what was that like on the anchor leg when you're pulling away?
I don't know. I was just trying to go at fastest just to try to win the heat.
And they got it done. Congrats, guys.
Champion for the time of